Chris Wood, he's been having his medical today, his Newcastle United medical, finalising personal terms ahead of completing that move from Newcastle United to relegation rivals Burnley. It's been confirmed to us it's a £25 million fee, which was the release clause on Chris Wood's contract, which Newcastle United have triggered. And if he's registered by midday on Friday, then he would be available to play in the small matter of Newcastle United against Watford at St James's Park on Saturday afternoon.
Massive game. But I guess the Newcastle fans will be nervy because we still don't have any official confirmation that it's happened, although I'm led to believe there's absolutely no problems once again, similar to the Trippier deal, just taking a little bit longer, but should all be fine.
What is interesting is...
Go on.
I know we're talking about it from a Newcastle perspective.
Yes.
We've got to try and look at this from a Burnley perspective as well. It'll be very interesting to hear what Sean Dyche has to say about this when I think we will hear from him on Friday morning, because of course they've got a very important Premier League game against Leicester City on Saturday as well. So it'll be interesting to see Sean Dyche take on this, because when it comes to release clauses, normally release clauses can only be activated during the summer window. But of course, we've been told and we've reported and everyone else is reporting that he has this release clause which was activated now. So I'm sure it'll be one of the first questions that Sean Dyche will be asked on Friday morning. And also, how much of the proceeds of this sale will Sean Dyche have to sign a replacement? Because that is what he's going to want to do. We've got to look at this from Burnley's perspective as well as Newcastle's.
It's an awful situation, isn't it, really, for Burnley, like you say, to lose someone who consistently has scored double-figured goals in the Premier League, in a team that doesn't traditionally score that many, but he's managed to get the double figures for, I think, the last 3 seasons.
On the face of it, when you look at the deal, we were talking about this yesterday, weren't we? £25 million for a 30-year-old. On face value, you think, what a deal for Burnley, until you realise where the £25 million is coming from. And it could, can you believe, we were talking about this on the podcast earlier on today when you mentioned what the final game of the season is, and it is
22nd of May, last game of the season, Burnley versus Newcastle at Turf Moor.
You can't make it up.
The thing though is, if, and we've reported and we've been told, and Darmish has been told that Chris Wood has this release clause, then surely Sean Dyche can't be upset and angry or disappointed.
Seems to be some doubt about. There does seem to be some doubt floating around as well, doesn't there?
If there was a release clause that could be activated this month, then Sean Dyche, the only person he can really be disappointed with is the player himself. He can be disappointed in Chris Wood and the fact that Chris Wood has decided to leave. Because if there's a release clause, there's nothing Burnley could have done about it. But it'd be very interesting to hear what he has to say. Because Burnley have got some big games coming up in a short period of time. And I know everyone's talking about the fact that they're in relegation trouble at the moment. They've got 11 points like Newcastle. But crucially, Newcastle have played 2 more games.
Yeah.
So if they were to win those 2 games, Burnley, they would be 6 points clear of Newcastle.